The Nagato, once the pride of the fleet, is now systematically dismantled in the massive dry dock. The Nagato, seen here in 1920, represented a massive leap forward in naval engineering. The Nagato, seen here in 1920, was the first battleship in the world to mount 16-inch guns.
The Nagato's bow, heavily damaged, rests on the seabed. The anchor chains, fused by decades of corrosion.
The Nagato, once the pride of the Imperial fleet in 1920.
Look at the 16-inch guns here.
The hydraulics in the machinery room were revolutionary for 1920, but
Okay, ease it down 50 centimeters.
Copy that, moving slowly. Load bearing looks stable.
Starboard stress factors are receding.
Copy that. Stabilizing the load distribution. We have green across the board, safe margins confirmed.
The Nagato, once the pride of the Imperial Japanese Navy in 1920, is now a rusted hull.
Strain gauge 3 reading red line, Captain.
Acknowledged. We are approaching maximum tensile load on the main cables. Keep the speed steady.
The Nagato, once the pride of the Imperial fleet in 1920, is finally being brought in for restoration.
With the valves open, compressed air stabilized the pontoons, slowly easing the stress on the Nagato's heavily corroded hull.
Crane, you are cleared to swing the beam to the starboard connection point.
Roger that, swinging now.
Strain stabilizing on the forward section, Master.
Confirmed. Proceed with incremental lift step 2.
At dawn, the colossal Nagato, heavily damaged and rusted, is carefully maneuvered into the large... As the scan moves across the hull, The color gradients highlight critical zones. The deep reds indicate the massive hull of the Nagato, though heavily rusted, is finally secured in its transport cradle.
All right, slowly now. Take up the slack on the port side.
It's tight, boss. She's groaning.
I know. Synchronize the bursts. We need another foot.
Dry dock drainage reveals the true extent of the damage to the Nagato's 1920 hull.
Surface support, sensor array is fully attached to the barbette. We have green lights across the board.
Copy that, Nagato team. Data streaming is nominal.
Deep within the hull of the Nagato, these temporary bracing towers are critical. This close-up reveals the extent of the decay on the Nagao's 1920 superstructure, a testament to the decades since her launch.
Decades of neglect left the Nagato heavily corroded. The restoration begins with high-pressure cleaning of the massive hull.
The Nagato, once the pride of the fleet, requires extensive restoration. Years of neglect and corrosion are evident on the lower hull. With the dry dock fully drained, the Nagato's massive hull is exposed, ready for the crucial deep cleaning stage.
The Nagato, once the pride of the fleet, is now systematically dismantled in the massive dry dock.
As you can see, the lamination separation here requires full replacement. We mark it in red. This area, however, we can still reinforce. This section here is completely compromised.
Reading confirms severe steel loss, way below tolerance.
Flag it for immediate replacement.
The Nagato, flagship of the Imperial fleet, reveals her bones here.
Easy with the lift, watch the load path.
Confirmed. She's clearing the bulkhead now.
This section requires adjustment. Ensure it meets the specification.
Yes, sir. We'll realign the plates now.
will not for June. As the Nagato restoration continues, Wurtzley cut away.
ゆっくり上げろと。次のセクションを準備しろと。
The Nagato's armor belt was revolutionary, weighing hundreds of tons and requiring immense effort to install.
The restoration of the Nagato required painstaking work, ensuring the new steel integrated seamlessly with the original 1920s structure.
The alignment here is off by 2 centimeters.
Adjust the hydraulic jack on the starboard side immediately.
Securing the new frames to the Nagato's surviving structure involved meticulous riveting, mirroring the original 1920 shipyard practices.
We need 2 more inches starboard.
Aligning to the blueprint specification.
It's seated. Start securing the temporary braces.
All right, ease it in slowly now. Are we flush yet?
Hi, Tancho. The plate is seated perfectly.
Bring it down easy now. Watch your spacing on frame 50.
We're tight on the bottom, engineer.
All right, hold it there. Start the tack welds.
Nagato original 1920s steel is meticulously prepared. Every rivet and plate must be cleared of a century of corrosion.
Here in the massive dry dock undergoes controlled kisur.
The Nagato, a symbol of Japanese naval power, receives her first coat of the distinctive 1920s naval.
全部よし。ここはダメだ。修正しろ。
The Nato, seen here under in 1920, represented a massive leap forward in naval engineering.
Here we see the critical fastening operations, the sparks from the early electric welding techniques securing the mighty Nagato's hull plates.
The installation of lighter outer shell plates above the Nagato's main armor belt required precision and skill.
The Nagato's formidable armor belt is meticulously installed, section by section, ensuring her legendary.
この部分は図面通りか確認してくださいね。
はい、班長。問題ありませんね。
The massive hull of the Nagato, seen here in its 1920 configuration, is now complete.
A marvel of naval engineering, this is the Nagato as she appeared in 1920, undergoing final fitting in the dry dock.
The Nagato, seen here in 1920, was the first battleship in the world to mount 16-inch guns. Newly fabricated deck beams are lowered into place. Alignment pins and jacks ensure correct deck camber and spacing. The Nagato class represented a monumental leap forward in naval engineering. Lowering the massive gun.
The Nagato's main deck structure is meticulously restored using period-correct riveting and welding techniques, ensuring historical accuracy.
Check the tag on that drum.
Gantry, easy lift, easy lift.
precocious. The restoration process demands absolute fidelity to the 1920 specifications.
The shaft alignment is correct, sir. Secure the mounts. Well done.
The restoration of the main steam lines required meticulous precision, adhering strictly to the 1920 shipyard practices.
Check the resistance on the main generator bus.
It's fluctuating slightly, just within the expected tolerances.
Pressure rising slowly, stabilizing at point 2.
Vibration nominal. Temperature steady.
With the completion of Phase 12, the massive turbines of the Nagato are finally alive.
Here we see the Nagato's superstructure during the 1920s restoration, built meticulously according to the original interwar blueprints.
Here we see the Nagato's main turret, preserved in its original 1920 state. Note the intricate rangefinder.
Verify the continuity on auxiliary line 3. Does it match the plan?
Confirmed, Chief. The routing is exact. The steam lines align with the schematics.
Confirmed. The electrical routing also checks out.
Very good. Let's finalize the report. Check the pressure valve connection on the auxiliary steam line here.
Confirmed, sir. It matches the schematic.
Together now, push!
Steady, steady!
Wide shot of integrated systems verification. Lighting circuits illuminate compartment by compartment. Pumps and auxiliaries cycle.
焦るな、焦るな、焦るな。
小兵開通にドンギをかけろで。
了解で。遁逃開始。配慮正常性。
All right, lift the forward section now. Steady, steady. Coming up slowly. Clear the deck below.
放水開鎖と。各員に工作層を家に監査せよ。
Bridge to engine room, confirming ahead slow.
From shattered wreck to restored interwar flagship, the journey is complete.